Did you know that Quiet Riot's Mental Health was the first metal band to hit #1 on Billboard 200 chart back in 1983? So in today's video, I will be talking about the history of the band Quiet Riot leading up to this album. I'll be talking about their connection to Ozzy Osbourne and status quo, and I'll address the common question as to if the song Mental Health Bang Your Head was the first song to coin the term headbanging. Later I'll discuss why this album became so popular. But before I do any of that, I'm going to show you my vinyl copy, which I record separately, so let's go to that. Let's take a look at the album cover. So here it is, Quiet Riot, Mental Health. Here is the Epic logo here. I bought this in Mexico, so some of this is going to be in Spanish. Let me show you. Now here shows the 4 members who I'll talk about later in the video. And here are the song titles, which are in Spanish, but they're going to be on English on the side here. So here on the side, you can see them on English. It has the side 1 and the side 2. By the way, here's the price tag. It's 270 Mexican pesos, which is about maybe like $20 more or less, something like that. So here's just some more notes here and just liner notes and thanks and all that good stuff. Let's look at the record. Okay, it's on a black vinyl. Let's scan. We'll move up here a little. Epic, Mental Health, Quiet Riot, and then again it has the bilingual song titles. And let's look at the other side. Now, the other side, this was, I don't know why somebody did this. I guess somebody pulled the sticker off or something, and then they just like rewrote the song titles there. But that's how I bought it used at a market. So let's get back to the video. Today I'm talking about Quiet Riot's album, Mental Health. The album was released on February 28th, 1983, produced by Spencer Profer, and recorded at Pasha Music House, North Hollywood, California. The album is considered to be the one that sparked the popularity of the glam metal movement in the 80s. The album also sold 10 million copies worldwide and was certified 6 times platinum in the US. The album features Kevin DuBrow on lead vocals, Carlos Cavasso on guitars, Rudy Sarso on bass, and Frankie Banali on drums. A lot of people think this is their debut album, but the band has actually been around for about 10 years before the release of this album. They formed in 1973 in Los Angeles by guitarist Randy Rhoads and bassist Kelly Garni. And yes, it is the same Randy Rhoads that would become famous playing with Ozzy Osbourne. After the band was formed, they found new members, and they were Kevin DuBrow and Drew Forsyth. But here's some interesting trivia. The band was not originally called Quiet Riot. The original name was Mach 1. Then they changed it to Little Women, and then they changed it to Quiet Riot. In all honesty, I'm glad they changed the name from Little Women, or I couldn't really imagine this band having that name. But anyway, who knows? The name Quiet Riot was inspired by a comment from the singer and guitarist of Status Quo, Rick Parfitt. Now the band was formed. They played the LA club scene, mostly on the Sunset Strip. That was in the mid to late 70s. They played alongside other bands such as Van Halen. They were pretty popular on the Strip as they had a very energetic live show. Kevin DuBrow had the stage charisma, and we all know Randy Rhoads was one of the best guitar players at the time, but despite the popularity, they struggled to land a major US record deal. They eventually signed with CBS Sony and released 2 albums, Quiet Riot in 1977 and Quiet Riot 2 in 1978. The band was very frustrated. They wanted to reach a wider audience in the United States. Not only that, they had some internal problems. Bass player Kelly Garni was fired in 1978. After a big disagreement with Kevin DuBrow, he was replaced by Rudy Sarso. In 1979, Randy Rhoads was given an offer he couldn't refuse. There were some open auditions for Ozzy Osbourne's new band, and he landed the spot. He took it and left Quiet Riot. Rudy Sarso did the same thing only a few years after. He played with Ozzy for a while. His playing can be heard on Ozzy's Speak of the Devil and the Tribute Live albums. Afterwards, the band decides to call it quits, but then Kevin DuBrow starts a new band calling it DuBrow. He went through a bunch of musicians in the early 80s, but then tragedy strikes as Randy Rhoads was killed in a plane crash. Afterwards, Kevin DuBrow wanted to reform Quiet Riot, but first he had to ask the family of Randy Rhoads for their blessing to continue the band. They gave him their blessing, so he decided to reform the band Quiet Riot. He brought in 2 new members, guitarist Carlos Cavasso and drummer Frankie Banali. Afterwards, Rudy Sarso came back to the band. He was still struggling with grief after losing his friend. The band also had another bass player who played a few tracks. His name was Chuck Wright, but Rudy Sarzo was the main bass player for most of the album. Now it's time to release Mental Health. The year was 1983. As I said before, it was released on February 28th, 1983. It didn't enter the Billboard chart until July 1983, which was a few months later. The album really started to get noticed after they released a single, Come On Feel the Noize, which got a lot of play on MTV, which was also fairly new at the time. The album started to get more sales as the video got more airplay. This was one of those examples of how MTV was the main media outlet that would either make or break a band. The album took a full 8 months to reach its peak. In November 1983, Mental Health hit #1 on the Billboard 200 chart. It even knocked out The Police's Synchronicity off the top spot. After the album hit #1, the album stayed on the charts. It eventually sold millions and was certified multi-platinum. They also had another single that was popular called Mental Health, Bang Your Head, which opens the album. So let's talk about that and the rest of the songs. Mental Health is an iconic song that has a sound very representative of the heavy metal scene of the early 80s. It was heavy enough for the metalheads, but accessible enough for radio play. The song has a powerful guitar riff and a driving beat, in addition to its sing-alongable chorus. Then there are lyrics, which are very metal. They're celebrating metal by encouraging listeners to bang their heads. And you may be wondering if the song is responsible for the idea of you banging your head, or did they coin the term headbanging? So I did some research. Apparently, the concept dates back to bands like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, as concert goers in the front row would naturally be seen moving their heads up and down to the music. So to answer the question, no, Quiet Riot did not coin the term headbanging, but the song helped make the term become more popular. Come On Feel the Noize was a song that launched this band to superstardom. Some metal fans say that they were only popular because they relied on cover songs, but it's debatable. The song has a lot of energy. It has a sing-along chorus. The song has a similar lyrical topic as the previous song, which is telling people to just enjoy the music and have fun. After these two upbeat, fun metal tracks, the album takes a turn with the next song called Don't Want to Let You Go. It's a more melodic, mid-tempo rock ballad with a catchy and soaring chorus, and has a slightly more AOR type of sound. It's also a love song about not wanting to lose someone. This shows Kevin DuBrow's vocal range, as the first two songs were more rock songs where he did more shouting, but this one has more singing. The song also has Chuck Wright on bass. Rudy Sarzo was not in the band at the time the track was recorded. After this is a song called Slick Black Cadillac, a very fast-paced, high-octane hard rock song with a strong rhythm section and a driving guitar sound. It's a re-recorded version of a song that was released on their second album from 1978, Quiet Riot 2. Another classic rock type of song about cars and women and the rock star lifestyle. The idea was to include this track to show that the band had some pretty good material before their reformation. After this is a song called Love's a Bitch. It's a solid, hard-driving rock track with a memorable chorus. Lyrics are about the frustration and pain of a difficult relationship. In all honesty, I think the album takes a little bit of a dip after 4 really good songs. I'm not saying I dislike the song. I'm just saying I found this one to be a little generic, but the album picks up the pace afterwards. Breathless is a fast, energetic rocker with a strong beat and a driving riff. It keeps the album's high energy level going. The song has some up-tempo rock and roll lyrics about living life on the edge and the excitement of a fast-paced lifestyle. Not everything is just about the rock and roll lifestyle, as they get a little darker on the next track, which is Run for Cover. It's a more serious, powerful track with a heavy chugging riff. The lyrics are a warning or a desperate plea to escape a dangerous situation or a person, but then they do something a little different with the next track, Battle Axe. It's an instrumental that showcases the band's musical abilities, specifically Carlos Cavazos's guitar work and the rhythm section of Rudy Sarzo and Frankie Banali. It's a short track. It's kind of like the Quiet Riot version of Van Halen's Eruption, but with more of a neoclassical sound. Then they go into one of those fun party songs called Let's Get Crazy, a high-energy, up-tempo track. It fits perfectly into the mostly party rock vibe of this album. It just has some fun lyrics about rocking. They end the album with a song called Thunderbird, which is a powerful and moving ballad. It sounded very different from their party anthems, and there's a good reason for it. The song is a tribute to the band's original guitarist, Randy Rhoads, who tragically died in 1982. The title is a reference to a guitar, and it's fittingly emotional, and it's a guitar-driven piece. The lyrics speak of a lost friend and a sense of longing and remembrance. It provides a deeper, more personal moment on the album. That is all. Let me know what you think about the album Mental Health, and if you're a fan of Quiet Riot, check out this video I did right here on Twisted Sister Stay Hungry, another very popular metal album from the MTV generation. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you have not already. I do content related to physical media on this channel. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.